Hello students, and welcome to the continuing lesson on perpendicular bisectors. We've seen a lot of definition, a lot of vocabulary, and it's only fitting now that we take a look at just a problem-solving example. Okay? And it says here, use the diagram EH is the perpendicular bisector of DF. Okay? EH is the perpendicular bisector of DF. So let's make sense of this a little bit. This is EH, right? That's EH, and that is the perpendicular bisector of DF. So from D to F. Okay. Well, if that is true, then a few things here we know. We know that this line segment, DH, and this line segment, FH, must be congruent to each other. We also know then that this line segment, ED, must also be congruent to the line segment, EF. Okay? And this is from the perpendicular bisector theorem. And you can sort of see the usefulness of these theorems. Is if we're able to see all of this, then we can make quite good sense of them and apply these theorems and get a bunch of formulas from here. So find EF, the length of EF, alright, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. We know that these two are congruent, so we can say that EF is, number one, is equal to ED, okay, which means you have 7x plus 9 is equal to 9x minus 1. Add 1 to both sides. Subtract 7x from both sides. You get 10 equals 2x. Therefore, 5 equals x. Okay. Now that's not our final answer. I almost wanted to circle it. Our final answer is 7x plus 9. And then we make the substitution. 7 times 5 plus 9, that's 35, plus 9, that is 44. Okay, now, this is our final answer for that particular problem. Now, DE shouldn't be too difficult to do because DE is equal to EF. So EF is 44, DE is 44. Done. Okay. Next, FG. FG. Well, one of the things that we can see from the picture here is that FG is actually equal to GD, or DG. Then we make the substitution. 7y plus 8 is equal to 10y minus 4. Solving for both sides, we get 12 equals 3y. So add 4 to the left, subtract 7y from the right. 4 equals y. Okay. Again, not our final answer. FG is equal to 7y plus 8. So that's 7 times 4 plus 8. That's 28 plus 8, so that's 36. Next, we're looking for DG. Well, again, DG shouldn't be too difficult to do. DG is the same thing as FG, so that's just 36. And then finally, FH. FH is equal to DH. So we know then FH here, along here, is 3x plus 4y. So FH, so maybe I jumped the gun a little bit here in saying that FH is equal to DH because we don't know what DH is, but that's okay. We do know that X is 5 and that Y is 4. So once we make the substitution, we have 15 plus 16, so that is 31. That is 31. Okay. Now DF, the last problem here, DF is the entire length here, but that must be twice as big as FH because you can see FH is this length is congruent to this length. Okay, so DF is twice as big as FH. This is 2 times 31, which equals 62. And there you have it. Just a pretty straightforward set of problems and how we can set up these equations. And what I hope that you see from here is that these problems aren't terribly difficult to do once you set them up. Okay, but if the trick is here, if you can set them up and you can get the equation out of there, then solving the equation should be fairly straightforward. Once again, thank you for watching. As always, ask for help if you need it. Have a wonderful day.